Hello everyone, welcome to everyone. So today is Thursday. Let's analyze the market structure together. Let's look at the monthly chart, the daily chart, the 4 hours, the 1 hour and 30 minutes time frame. It's very important for us to know what the higher time frame is saying against the lower time frame. So let's delete this line. Let's delete this line. Let's delete this line. We are in an uptrend. This line is the high of this bullish candle, while this line is the low of this bullish candle. So this month candle is left with 1 day and 15 hours before this candle will close. So by tomorrow, we'll know how this candle will close. If the body of this candle will continue to go up to fill each week, then for it to break the high to continue to fill this week. Or if the body of this candle will get to this place, then for the candle to close with a strong bullish candle, since the previous candle closed with a rejection bullish candle. So the best thing is just for us to wait, and it's very important for us to know what the higher time frame is saying against the lower time frame. So let's go to the daily chart. The daily chart, the market structure is just consolidating. The market structure is consolidating. We have a support zone over here. We have a resistance zone. So the rest of the candle formation, they are just printing side by side. This candle, let's say this place is your minor resistance. This candle closed above this minor resistance. That the next one closed with a bearish candle and it broke the high of this bullish candle over here. The next one broke the high of this bearish candle, but it didn't break the low of this bearish candle. Let me show you guys. Let's zoom the chart a little bit. So this candle didn't break the low of this bullish candle over here, but it broke the high of this bearish candle over here. That the candle closed with a bullish candle. So this recent daily candle is left with 14 hours before this candle will close. But this week of this candle, it respected the low of this bullish candle over here, by which the week of this recent bearish candle also didn't break the high of this bullish candle. So since we have like 14 hours, it's just for us to be patient and for us to wait until the close of this candle. If this candle will continue to go up to break the high of this bullish candle, or if this candle will continue to come down to break the low of this bullish candle. So, but looking at the market condition, this candle respected the low of this rejection bearish candle. This candle respected the low of this strong bullish candle. This candle respected the low of this bearish candle. This candle is here to close. So that's why I said it's very important for us to wait until the candle needs to close, then before we can anticipate if this candle, or if this candle was able to break the high of this bullish candle, or if this candle was able to break the low of this bullish candle. So let's wait, since it's left with 14 hours before this candle will close. So the daily market structure, nothing serious is happening at this moment. It's just for us to anticipate, since we have a rejection bearish candle over here. So it's just for us to anticipate if this candle will continue to go up to break the high of this bullish candle over here. So let's delete this line. Let's delete this. I'm gonna need this like consolidation zone and sell and buy anticipation. So let's go to the H4. Let's zoom the chart. So from this support zone to this resistance zone is a consolidation zone. This candle broke this resistance zone over here, and the rest of the candle they are just printing side by side. So looking at how the condition of this recent candle is, so we have a support zone over here and we have a resistance zone over here. So that means we are anticipating this candle to break this resistance zone then with our other confirmation, but we don't usually take our trade using the H4, but we like to identify our support and our resistance zone using the H1 and 30 minutes. But it's just for us to have an idea what you are anticipating the market to give to us. So if this recent 4 hours candle, if this candle didn't break the low of this bullish candle, let me zoom the chart a little bit so that you're going to be able to understand. So looking at the H4 market structure, so we have a support zone over here. Then we have a resistance zone over here. I'm coming. I need to reduce this volume. Okay. So we have a resistance zone over here and we have a support zone over here. That this candle, it closed with a bearish candle. It broke the low of this bearish candle. This other candle broke the low, but this candle didn't break the high and this candle didn't break the high. This candle is open with no wick at the bottom. That the candle broke the high of this bearish candle over here. So that means this candle is left with 2 hours before this candle will close, and we don't know if this candle will continue to go up to break this resistance zone over here. We are not trading the H4, but it's just for us to have an idea what the monthly candle structure is saying against the daily candle structure and the 4 hours, then 1 hour, then 30 minutes. But if this candle should break this resistance zone, we also have a resistance zone and a resistance zone over here. But there's a probability that the candle can continue to go up to this zone, almost like 400 pips thereabouts, to fill this doji candle over here. Maybe the candle will continue to give us a bullish candle until it gets to this week of higher, which the break of this our resistance zone to this week, we are looking at 400 pips. So let's look at the H1. So let's zoom the chart a little bit. So let's address the resistance zone properly. And let's address the support zone properly. Let's measure from this resistance zone down to the support zone. How many pips this? So we are looking at 563 pips, and that's a huge range. The only reason why you see a candle should break this zone because of how big the range is only when there is volume in the market, or it's only when there is news in the market that a candle can decide to close with a strong bullish candle like this, or the candle can decide to close with a strong bearish candle like this. Let me change the color to red. So that means it's only when there is news in the market and it's only when there is volume in the market before you see a very strong candle to break our resistance zone, and a very strong candle should break our support zone, because it's only when there is news. Let's say, for example, we have the formation of candles like this. Let me show you guys how this candle is printing. So let's say, for example, we have formation of candles like this. It's very hard for us to trade this type of market condition because of how the candle structure they are printing. So that means there is no volume in the market. There is nothing that is happening at this point over here. Let me from this place to this place. Nothing. The market was just printing side by side. we have a very strong move over here. This was yesterday. We have a very strong bullish candle that closed, but the rest of the candle, they are just printing side by side that the wick of the candle is bigger than the body, the wick of the candle is bigger than the body, the wick of the candle, they are all bigger than the body. So it's very hard for us to trade this type of market condition. So looking at the 1 hour time frame, and we have a support over here and a support over here. So from this support zone down to this support zone, on let's use the measurement. From this support zone down to this support zone, we are looking at almost like 195 pips. So, and this candle has broken the high of this bullish candle over here. For it to continue to go up to this minor resistance over here, we have a resistance zone over here. So we are going to identify our support zone over here, because from this resistance zone down to this support zone, the range is very big, which we are looking at 500 pips thereabouts. But we will need to reduce this consolidation zone. So our recent support will be here. Let me change this color. So our recent support is here. So let's measure from this support zone down to this resistance zone. Let's measure the range. The range is like almost like 300 pips. So that scan is cool, like for us to have a consolidation zone of 300 pips instead of us having a consolidation zone of 500 and something pips. So that means this is our recent resistance zone, while this is our recent support zone. So if this zone is being considered as a consolidation zone, so from this resistance zone down to this support zone is being considered as a consolidation zone. So we are not supposed to do anything. We just need to wait until this recent 1 hour candle should close. Since this 1 hour candle has created a lower wick, then the body of this candle has broken the high of this bullish candle over here. So that means this candle wants to continue to go up to break this minor resistance, for it to break our resistance zone. But it's best for us to wait, since the candle is left with 35 minutes before this 1 hour candle needs to close. So let's go to the 30 minutes time frame. So like I said, like you guys know me that I love to identify my support zone and my resistance zone using the H1 or 30 minutes. Because for me, like those two time frame is a very strong confirmation time frame that you yourself, you would definitely know that both of them, they have this relationship together. Because let's say, for example, we are able to identify the 1 hour support and resistance, and then let's go to the 30 minutes time frame. You see that both of them, like they are almost the same thing, they are the same thing. So I love to identify my zone using the H1 and the 30 minutes time frame. So looking at the 30 minutes time frame, we don't need to adjust our support zone and we don't need to adjust our resistance zone. So that means we are anticipating the break of this support zone and we are anticipating the break of this resistance zone. Then let's measure from this support zone down to this support zone. We are looking at 274 pips thereabouts. So it's very important for you to know what you want from the market and how much you're anticipating the market to give to you. Let's delete this. So looking at the condition of the 30 minutes time frame, that this candle closed with a bullish candle and it broke this minor resistance, and the next one created a lower wick and it broke the high of this bullish candle. This other recent candle, this 30 minutes candle, is left with 4 minutes for this candle to close. That the low of this candle respected the low of this bullish candle over here, but it broke the high of this bullish candle over here. So that means this candle can decide to continue to go up to break this minor resistance, but we don't know, since this candle is left with 3 minutes before this candle will close. So the best thing is just for us to be patient until this candle will close. And the moment we are able to identify our setup with our other confirmation trade, then we can decide to take a position. So our sell anticipation will be here. Since we are anticipating a bearish candle to break this support zone over here. Okay, I'm coming. We are anticipating a bearish candle to break this support zone, and we're also anticipating a bullish candle to break this resistance zone over here. So let's change this color to red. Change it to red. So since this candle is left with 3 minutes before this candle will close, we don't need to do anything. We just need to be patient. Let's just be patient. Let's look at our left hand side so that we'll be able to identify a recent resistance zone so that we'll know where our target will be, because it's very important for us to have a target. So we have a resistance zone over here. We have a resistance zone over here. We have a resistance zone over here. So let's go back to the recent market structure. So since we have a resistance zone over here, and this resistance zone is in this consolidation zone, so let's delete this line. We don't need this line since this is the recent resistance zone. So let's measure from this our recent resistance zone down to this resistance zone. We are looking at 89 pips thereabout. If there is volume, the volume should be able to break this our resistance zone. So let's measure from this resistance zone down to this resistance zone. We are looking at 223 pips. So it's very important for you to know how much you're anticipating the market to give to you. It's very important for you to know how you're anticipating the market to give you a setup before you can decide to take a position. But from this resistance zone down to this support zone is being considered as a consolidation zone. So we don't need to do anything since this recent 30 minutes candle is left with a minute before this candle will close. If this candle will close with a bullish candle and the next candle will have to break the high, we don't need to do anything until the break of our resistance zone, until the break of our support zone with our other confirmation trade, which I'm going to tell you guys if it is the right time for us to take a position or if we need to chill. So for now, let's just be patient. So for now, let's just be patient until this candle needs to close, and then for us to anticipate what the next candle we need to print. If the next candle we have to break the high of this bullish candle over here, so the best thing is just for us to wait. So let's be patient. So right now, let's wait until the candle will close. Then before the next candle, we have to kind of break the low or kind of break the high of this bullish candle over here. Or let's wait and then for us to see what the candle want to do. I'm just looking at my other screen just for me to have an idea what the market structure is saying. So this recent 30 minutes candle has closed. So let's see what this previous 30 minutes candle has closed. So let's see what this candle want to do. If this candle will have to break the high of this bullish candle or have to break the low of this bullish candle. But it's very important for us to know what the market structure is saying. you kind of having an idea of what the market structure is saying, it will give you an idea if it is the right time for you to take a position, despite the fact that I understand that you have a trading plan. So you know what the market structure is saying. Then the moment you're able to identify your trading setup, or the moment you're able to identify your trading plan, then you need to execute that trade. But meanwhile, since this zone is being considered as a consolidation zone, we don't need to do anything at this moment. We just need to be patient. Let's wait until this candle will close, then before we can decide to anticipate if it is the right time for us to take a position or if it's the right time for us to chill. So let's enjoy the music. If you guys have any question, you can send your message to the chat box and I will get back to you guys. Let's see what the candle want to do since we are in a consolidation zone. Let's see what the candle want to do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So for now, we don't need to do anything. We just need to be patient. Right now, we are in a consolidation zone. We are still in this consolidation zone, so we just need to be patient. We need to identify a structure before we can decide to take a position. So right now, this is London open. So let's see what the candle want to do and what the market structure want to do. Since London open, we have volume in the market, and since we are anticipating the break of our resistance zone and the break of our support zone with our other confirmation, which I'm going to tell you guys if it is the right time for us to take a position. But for now, let's be patient. We don't need to do anything since this is the beginning of this 30 minutes candle. Let's just be patient. The 15 minutes time frame goes to the bearish candle and it's coming down. Okay. I see. Let's be patient. Mhm. Let's be patient. We don't need to do anything at this moment. So this 30 minutes candle, it has created a lower wick and it respected the low of this bullish candle over here. And the candle is left with 22 minutes before this candle will close. So let's see what the candle wants to do. If this candle will want to break the high of this bullish candle over here, since there is volume in the market. So let's see if this candle will continue to go up to break the high of this bullish candle, or if the candle wants to continue to come down to break the low of this bullish candle over here. It's very important for us to have an idea what the market structure is saying. It's very important for us to have an idea if it is the right time for us to take a position by understanding what the market is saying. But this moment, we don't need to do anything since we are in a consolidation zone. So we don't need to do anything. We just need to be patient. Then the moment we are able to identify a structure before we can decide to take a position. But meanwhile, if you guys have any questions, send your message in the chat box and I will get back to you guys. Okay, you can see like let's see what this recent 30 minutes candle want to do. If this candle wants to continue to fill this week of this bullish candle over here, meanwhile we have a minor resistance over here because of the consolidation zone over here. So looking at the market structure, it's very hard for anybody to trade this kind of market condition. So let's just be patient and then for us to anticipate the candle to give us a setup. Let's be patient. Mm. 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 So at this moment, the market structure is not doing anything at this moment. It's just good for us to be patient. Once we are able to identify a setup, we are still in a consolidation zone. We don't need to do anything. You need to be patient. Nothing is happening at this moment. Mhm. This 30-minute candle is left with 17 minutes before this candle will close. Let's see what the candle want to do. Let's see what the candle wanna do. Let's be patient. Mm-hmm. 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 We need to be patient. Nothing serious is happening right now. Mm-hmm. So we are still in our consolidation zone, so nothing serious is happening. This 30 minutes time frame is left with the 12 minutes before this candle need to close. So let's just wait. Let's wait. Since we are anticipating a strong volume to come to the market for it to give us a bearish candle like this or for it to give us a bullish candle like this, it's like you kind of trading and just be patient and not to do anything. It's all part of the trading, because you can't just come to the market and then your body is just kind of like switching you that you need to open a position because like you're trading with your money, so you don't need to do that. That's why it's very important for you to have a trading plan, know what you want, and then just be patient until you are able to identify that thing that you're looking for before you can decide to take a position. So but meanwhile, let's be patient. Right now, nothing serious is happening since this zone is our consolidation zone, and then since we are anticipating the break of this bullish candle over here for the candle to keep going up to break our resistance zone, or for the candle to break the low of this bullish candle, for the candle to keep coming down to break our support zone. So this candle is here to do anything. This candle is left with 11 minutes before this candle will close. So let's see until the close of this candle or before this candle will close, if we are able to identify a setup before we can decide to take a position. But for now, we don't need to do anything. We just need to be patient and then for us to see how this candle will close. Mm-hmm. To block this. Let me see. Do-do-do. Mhm. Nothing serious is happening. Let's just be patient until we identify a structure or until we identify our trading plan setup before we can decide to take a position. But right now, this candle is left with 9 minutes before this 30 minutes candle will close. So let's be patient. We don't need to do anything. We need to be patient. Mm. 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 Yes. How are you? You're fine. Yeah. Dada is in live stream, okay? Yeah. That's my son. He just woke up. He's getting ready. He's getting ready to go to school. Yeah, it is your show. Go and give it to mommy. Yeah, go and give it to mommy. Go give it to mommy. Yeah. Mhm. So we are just anticipating the market to break this zone over here. Yeah. Kendrick, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come, come, come. Pass this other side. Excuse me, everyone. I need to. You're ready for school, okay? Sorry. He just woke up, so he needed to get ready to go to school. So we are still anticipating the break of this bullish candle over here. So this 30 minutes candle is here to break the low of this bullish candle or the high of this bullish candle. So the best thing is just for us to wait. The best thing is just for us to wait. Since this 30 minutes candle is left with 5 minutes before this candle will close. So let's see how the candle will close. Since this zone is our consolidation zone and we don't need to do anything, we just need to be patient. If you guys have a question, you can send your message in the chat box and I'll get back to you guys. Mm. 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 So this recent 30 minutes candle is here to break the high and it's here to break the low. So let's be patient. We don't need to do anything. We just need to be patient. Since the candle is left with 2 minutes before the candle will close. Let's see what the candle wants to do. This recent 30 minutes candle is left with a minute, and the candle is yet to break the high of this bullish candle and the low of this bullish candle. Let's see how the candle will close. Then before we can anticipate the next candle for it to break our resistance zone or for it to break our support zone. Candle is left with 13 seconds before this candle will close. So the candle closed with a bullish candle. So does it mean that there is no volume at this moment? I understand that this is London Open. So let's see. Let's see what this recent 30 minutes candle want to do. This recent 30 minutes candle has broken the high of this bullish candle over here. Let's zoom the chart a little bit. So it has broken the high of this bullish candle over here. So let's see what this candle wants to do. If the candle needs to create a lower wick, then for the body of this candle it has broken the high, then for it to continue to go up to also break this high, then if there is volume in the market, that means you're anticipating a very strong bullish candle for it to continue to break the high and then also break this minor resistance zone for it to continue to go up to break this resistance zone over here. So let's see what the market structure want to do at this moment. Let's see what this recent candle want to do right now. Okay, so this recent bullish candle has broken the high of this bullish candle over here. So since it's the beginning of this recent 30 minutes candle, so the best thing is just for us to wait, since we are anticipating a volume in the market for the volume to break this resistance zone, or for the volume to break our support zone. So let's wait, and then for us to see what the markets want to do. So we don't need to do anything because we are in a consolidation zone. And this candle, the moment this candle opened, it went up, it broke the high of this bullish candle. It also broke the high of this bullish candle. So we don't need to do anything. We need to be patient until we are able to identify a structure, until we are able to identify the break of our resistance zone or the break of our support zone with our other confirmation, by which we'll be able to execute a trade. But for now, we don't need to do anything. I'm just looking at my auto screen just to have an idea what the other time frame is saying. Let's be patient, patient, patient. Let's see what the candle want to do. So that means there is volume right now that this candle, the body of this candle has broken the high, and the body of this candle wants to continue to go up to break this minor resistance over here. But we don't really know what the market structure wants to do. So all we need to do is just for us to be patient. Then the moment we identify a structure, then we need to open a position. By which I'm going to tell you guys if it is the right time for us to take a position, or if it's the right time for us to just be patient. So for now, we don't need to do anything until the break of our resistance or until the break of our support. But in the next like 5 minutes thereabout, I'm going to head off. You guys know what we are expecting the market to give to us. So I will still be looking at the chart. The moment I'll be able to identify a structure, then I'm going to open that position. So that means that it's following the market at this moment. Since this recent 30 minutes candle, it's kind of making a move for it to continue to go up to break this minor resistance over here. So that means that it's following the market. We just need to be patient. You need to be patient. Machine. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's be patient. We don't need to do anything. We don't need to do anything. So right now we are still in a consolidation zone. So the best thing is just for us to be patient. And then I'm going to head off right now. So the moment you're able to identify the break of our resistance zone, or the moment you're able to identify the break of our support zone, then we can decide to take a position. Then anticipating the candle to keep going up or anticipating the candle to keep coming down. So for now, we don't need to do anything. We just need to be patient. So let's be patient. Since this candle is left with 20 minutes before this candle will close, definitely the moment I see our confirmation setup, I'm going to take a position. So you guys should know what you want from the market and how you want it before you can decide to take a position. Let's just be patient. I'm going to see you guys tomorrow. So let's just anticipate the candle to give us our setup before we can decide to take a position. Mm-hmm. Just waiting, patiently waiting. So I'm going to see you guys tomorrow.